Alright, hello, my name is Calandrel, otherwise known as Cal, and with a few cute exceptions, Kala or Kalen. And if you're watching this, you know who you are, I'm calling you out. This will be my first time trying to actually record something for YouTube, and let's see how this goes. The game is Legendary Tales, which is a VR game by an indie company from South Korea, I believe. I played the game in early access and loved it. Come back to it recently now that they have a release, and they changed a lot of things, so I'm learning as much as I would be if I started off almost. I have a little bit of a head start, but there's a bunch of things that are different. I will eventually start a new character and start some videos from there, but for right now, as this is just a first attempt at recording, we are going to play the one I've been playing. So let's go ahead and try this out. Continue. Alright, this is the starting area. What do I have on me here? Meat for restoring health, an axe for one-handed, just in case I'm in somewhere that's harder to use my main weapon, which is a two-handed battle axe, a labrys to be precise. And in some caves and tunnels, it does get a little difficult to use. Normally, I main a two-handed sword, but the axe here is a new addition, and I'm trying it out. Nice. Okay, so it does piercing damage. Oh, and slashing. Let go. Slashing, bludgeoning. I hit it with the side. Pommel strike. That's bludgeoning damage. Okay, so it's slashing damage, but if you swing hard enough to stick it, it's piercing. Okay, good to know. I believe I was in the middle of something. Let's see here. Blighthaven. I think that's bugged. I'm pretty sure I did all that already. Subquest, both of those are in a different place I haven't been yet. Alright, then let's go try out the Blighthaven thing. Do I have materials to craft potions? Not the ones I need. Alright. While we're here, we might as well upgrade some of our crafting materials. You can take low-grade crafting materials and synthesize them to a higher crafting, so white or common would go to blue, blue would go to yellow. I'm going to take the whole stack of these and just toss them in there. And we'll do the same for the ores. I believe they go a 3 to 1 ratio. So if I then take these ores that are blue and toss them in, yes, they go to the yellow. Same with the wood. And as those were not even multiples of 3, there will actually be health potion. Some left in the pot, and they stay there until you get a multiple of 3 in there to make more. So later I will be trying that. There's my Labris. Does extra cold damage, extra damage overall, and I get extra gold. My small axe, a Francisca. I totally botched that, I bet. 2% health recovery after each kill, plus 1 to minimum damage. And 13 increased damage increase on blunt attacks, which would be anywhere but the axe blade, of course. I also have some nice gloves I found, which are plus to my strength and my vitality, which is how much health I have. And reduces physical damage from ranged attacks by 4%. And a nice helmet. 2% better chance of getting magic items from crystals, which is how items drop in the game, you'll see soon. Plus 2 to strength. I'm maining a strength build, which your strength, dex, and intellect are your primary skills, and they upgrade depending on what type of weapon you use. I have strength weapons. Daggers and spears and such are dexterity weapons, along with bows. Intellect, so far I've only seen one-handed staff or one-handed wands. I'm pretty sure there might be staffs later in the game. I'm not sure. They may not have put that in yet. But as you use them, your stats go up. So if you want to min-max, then you try not to use anything that doesn't main the stat you're looking for. You have skills. I have no points. There's magic, fire, ice, lightning, and psychic. And also fusion, which combines 2 types of magic to make a bigger spell. These all have requirements. Your abilities, strength-based abilities. If I used a shield, I would probably go down this tree. What is this? Passive. I can recover 10% of spent mana attacking an enemy after activating a combat skill. Interesting. This here would be for blunt weapons, using a mace and melee attacking with it. The red is an activated skill. You would hit the button and you would get guaranteed heavy attack no matter how hard you swung it, which is nice because sometimes that's hard to gauge. Let's see, heavy attack, blunt attack with a strength weapon. You get extra penetration at 0.1% per point of strength. Same here, you get a guaranteed stun after you've parried the enemy and using the crush skill with a blunt attack. Over here I've got a guaranteed heavy attack with increase to slashing or piercing, and a guaranteed chance of stun from a bludgeoning attack with sword, axe, or polearm. There's also punching, one-handed weapon, and punch physical damage plus 0.7% per point of strength. Two-handed weapon physical damage 0.8 per strength. Condition, holding a strength weapon and punching. So basically, if I were to let go with one hand and then punch, this would increase the amount of damage I do. Dexterity for, people that use bows or daggers. There's particular shields that are dexterity based. Secondary attributes. This increases how much health every point of vitality gives you, which I'm going very tanky. You start off with this one. It's martial arts. If you have you've parried an enemy, knocked them down, or they surrender, which I haven't seen yet, you can grab them with your hands, which is pretty cool for a finishing move, because when they get knocked down at their low health, you can pick them up and then do a finisher. Those who seek death shall live. Chance of healing after kill enemies. How much the health potion heals you for, that's always nice. Passive health recovery, that was a must. And passive physical resistance, also nice. Then these here are for mana recovery. Then you got more mana recovery stuff. There's a chance that skills and magic do not use any mana. Additional chance of item droppings. And a chance of when you buy something, you get your coins back while gambling, which is over in the tent over there. You get random items for gambling. Traits. These are more ways to increase damage or things. Like I said, I was using two-handed weapons, so hold any weapon with two hands. It's a strength weapon and you parry with it. You're guaranteed a hard parry, which knocks them back. We'll see that soon. Physical damage increased 21% using a two-handed sword or polearm and parrying. Kinda hoping this big axe counts as one of those two, otherwise I may go back to my sword. Two-handed sword or polearm with a heavy attack and the enemy has less than 50% health, you do 15% increased damage. And then I will soon get this, which is another 20% damage for 5 seconds after you amputate a limb. And of course they have ones for other sets. It's just different ways to increase how your build works. But you know what? There's some weak enemies up here we can play around with. They've added crafting to the game, so there's crafting stations for building weapons or shields. The alchemist's wagon over there, you can brew potions. This over here tears weapons down into base components, so if you don't sell your loot, you can tear it down into the components that we were synthesizing in there. But let's go kill something real quick. These are going to be low level because these are going to be the first things you start out, and I believe I am level 21 already. I'm almost halfway to capping out. Always break things because that's where you find stuff. You can also pick things up. Okay, that sucked. Let's try that again. You can smash enemies with it and it stuns them. Parrying. These guys are really easy. Parry and it knocks them back. You get a chance to attack. You okay there, dude? You're looking a bit messed up there. But yes, my usual play style for this game has been defensive, parrying, striking, blocking or parrying, striking. Yes, here's how items drop as crystals. You break the crystals and an item comes out. You can also throw them down and they'll break. You can squeeze them in your hand. But let's get to somewhere more level appropriate. And just about everything can be broken. But only boxes, vases. Oh, there's some gold we missed. Boxes, vases, and barrels like these have things in them. And it's all level appropriate to the area, not to your own level. As you can see, this great sword is level 1. Whereas the axe I'm using is level 13 and I'm level 21. Spiky. And let's toss it all in there. Then pull the lever. You get iron ore and birch planks. Go to inventory, objects. Let's toss the iron ore in. Get us a blue one, which is titanium ore, which then goes up to otium ore. We're going to toss these birch planks in there. There might, it's only 2, which isn't enough, but there might be some in there still. There is. And birch becomes ebony, which becomes ironwood. We're going to go ahead and toss that in there. There was already 2, so that makes 3. And we got another ebony. We're going to toss this titanium ore in, and there was not 2 in there. But raw meat. This is kind of a pain in the ass because I have bad knees, but you have to put it down in the fire. You hear it cooking, and then it becomes cooked meat. Roasted meat. Now, any longer than that, and it will burn, and then it's no good to eat. But it restores a very small amount of health. So it's good to have in a pinch. Go to the goblin cave. We're heading over there, which is more at our level. It's actually still pretty low. Goblins call other nearby goblins. They also tend to run away. And if they run away towards other goblins, they will then call them in to fight. I don't like them because they're so short. It's harder to block. They often get me in the knees. Your weapon can get stuck, and that can be a pain in the ass if you're using a two-handed weapon, because then you don't have another hand free to block. Whereas if you were using 2 one-handed weapons, you could have the other one blocking while you're unstuck the first one. Oh goodness. Looking a little worse for wear there, buddy. Alright, let's go ahead and head in here. Collapse Chapel, recommended level is 16. Alright, I've unlocked some fast travel points in here, so we'll go to the furthest one. Because I honestly, you know what? No, we'll just start from here because I'm gotta be missing something. And I'm probably going to be ignoring item drops unless they are of rare or higher, which is yellow. Because I doubt, well, I mean, It's the right level, so we'll go ahead and pick it up. Let's have you then. Get off. Another leprous. Leaving items behind does not mean you lose them. They will show up at your stash in a tab called Lost Items, I believe, as long as you've picked them up one time. At least that's the way it was pre-release. I hate bats, so we will be checking for those quite often. Let's see here. It is a very fun game. And since this is just a test recording, I believe I will end it here and see about doing some edits. Alright, thanks for watching my little test video, and I'll see you guys when I start recording, hopefully, when I can find the time. Thanks, and bye-bye.